In this video, what I'm going to show you is how to onboard your client when you are using Credit Repair Cloud. Now, keep in mind, if you are not a Credit Repair Cloud user, use this same concept and apply it to whatever situation you're using. Because again, Credit Repair Cloud is just a tool to help us automate the process when it comes to actually repairing credit. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right, welcome back, everyone. My name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott. If you haven't by now, make sure that you have followed and subscribe to my channel. You can follow us on YouTube and Instagram at Credit Coach Nicole Scott, where I post weekly training videos to help you with your personal and business credit. Now, if you're interested in scheduling a coaching session, you can use the link below to go ahead and schedule a coaching session. You can visit my website at creditcoachnicolescott.com, or you can apply for personal or business funding on creditcoachpros.com, both of which are owned and operated by myself, Credit Coach Nicole Scott. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Say, for example, you just got your first client, you are ready to onboard them, you're ready to start getting their documents uploaded. How do you do it? Okay, we're going to go through step by step. So make sure you are in a space where you can pay attention. Okay, watch this video multiple times if you need to. Make sure that you have your notebook. Make sure you have your pen. You are ready to take notes, because there is going to be a lot of valuable information that is dropped throughout this entire video. So you really want to make sure that you are watching this video for the entire duration. Okay, and I will say that because this information was not available to me when I first started, and I wanted to change that. I wanted to make sure that new people joining the credit repair world got the proper training, because of course, a lot of us just can't afford it when we're first starting out. And I get that, because I've been there. I wasn't able to afford much when I first started. And this is why I do this for you guys. So I ask you just to subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, smash that like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you found most valuable about the video, and just let me know, hey, thanks for the info. Okay, we appreciate it. It helps our channel reach more people, because the YouTube algorithm feeds off your feedback. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So first and foremost, you can set up some automations through Zapier to get your clients in here, because typically before you sign up anybody, you want to talk to them. You want to have some sort of process or funnel that people are going through. And from that funnel, whether that be a calendar, whether that's a sales funnel, whatever the case is, you want to have the information transported or imported into Credit Repair Cloud. And that's exactly what I have. I have my calendar connected with Credit Repair Cloud, so we can help automate the process, so I don't have to put everything in there. So the customer was already in here. What we want to do is just edit the information to make sure that we have all of the correct information on file for this client. So let's go ahead and do that first. Now you can see the progress that the client has made. We sent them the login details on 8/15. They logged in that same day. They signed their agreement, but their onboarded process has not begun yet, right? Because a lot of clients will get through making the payment, signing the agreement, and then it just kind of stops. So we got to reach out to those clients and say, hey, I still need you to, upload your documents, do your credit monitoring, stuff like that, right? So in this video, we're actually going to cover all of the different steps, so that way you can get your clients properly onboarded. Okay. Now, by law, people do have a 3-day right of rescission. Once they pay you money, they have 3 days to cancel, 3 business days to cancel. If your business is open on Saturday, Saturday would be a business day for you. So they have 3 business days to cancel, and you need to provide them with a refund. Okay. After that 3rd business day, it's fair game. You can start working on their file. What a lot of credit heroes do is start working on their file, immediately, and then send their letters 3 days after they make the payment with you. So that way, if for some reason the client wants a refund, at least you didn't have to pay for the shipping. And at this stage, you can use the extra training and practice with anyone who is willing to sign up with you within reason, right? Because you don't want to sign on too many bad clients. You want to make sure that you give people realistic expectations, and you want to make sure that you're providing your clients with the best service possible. And the way that you're going to be able to provide your clients with the best service possible and change lives is from you being educated on how to do it, how to read the credit reports, and how to advise the clients what they need to do on their end. Because let me tell you guys a quick story before we get into this. I had a call with a lady today, and she wanted to sign up for our credit repair program. And she said, hey, I've used other credit repair people in the past, and nothing has changed. I logged into her profile. I looked at her credit report, and I told her, ma'am, I would rather you take the money that you are going to spend with me and apply it to your credit cards and bring everything up current before we even move forward, okay? Because she didn't have any collections. She barely had enough inquiries for it to really matter. She didn't have anything derogatory other than the fact that her bills were 30 to 60 days late. Some were 60 to 59 days late. And she needs to take the money that she would spend on credit repair, and she needs to pay her bills, because these are all credit cards that are still open, but they're reporting late. Okay. So in that case, there's nothing really I could do for that client. They need to pay their bills. That has nothing to do with me. I can't really do much with that situation. You know, you want to give people realistic expectations, because people will come to us and expect, you know, for us to be miracle workers, and we're simply not. We're advisors. We're here to dispute the negative, inaccurate, or erroneous information that is listed on the credit report, and continue to supply the credit bureaus with proof and using the law, the Fair Credit Reporting Act, to back up those statements. Now, if you are not familiar with the law, and believe me, I am no lawyer, I don't give legal advice. I'm just here to help you guys get through the process. But if you guys go to my website, I'm going to leave the link in the description. I have an ebook that will help you tremendously understanding the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which is the FCRA. It has some of the key points that the FCRA has to offer when it comes to credit repair. And it also is interactive with the Cornell Law website. So all of the links that you click on will take you exactly to the law, and you can copy that verbiage and use it in some of your dispute letters. So that way they know that you are properly educated, and that each violation could potentially cost them up to $1,000 plus damages. Okay. All that you would need to do after you have documented that you have made the proper efforts to rectify the situation with the credit bureaus, and you have tried to rectify this situation from anywhere from 90 days to 120 days, you can sue the credit bureaus at your local, federal, or state courthouse. You can literally just file a suit against them, a small claim suit, a federal suit, whatever is going to be easiest for you. You file it in your county, in your area, against Equifax, Experian, or TransUnion. Okay. You can also file a complaint with the Better Business Bureau. They don't really care too much about that. You can also file a complaint with the CFPB. And I'm going to go ahead and bring up their website here. And I know that we got a little off track, but the CFPB is a very important, I guess you can say, corporation, because they are considered a bureau, because they are government. They are the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. You can submit a complaint with them. Their website is consumerfinance.gov. And again, that's CFPB, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. You can submit a complaint with them in regards to the credit bureaus. You can just start a new complaint right here, and you can share with them the steps that you have already taken to rectify the situation. Again, keep copies of everything, and we're going to go through all of that now. So let's get back to Credit Repair Cloud. I know I tend to get off topic, but I want to make sure that I'm providing you guys with the most amount of value. Now, if you found value from this video so far, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, smash the comment, leave me an emoji. Let me know that you're there. Let me know that you're watching and you're supporting. And again, I have an entire Credit Repair Cloud playlist on YouTube, so make sure that you watch all of those videos. There's over 15 training videos on there and growing week by week. So make sure that you binge watch all of those videos because that is really going to help you in a tremendous amount of ways. So again, guys, Credit Coach Nicole Scott, make sure that you are subscribed and following on both Instagram and YouTube. So let's get back to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload the information for this client first. So I'm going to go into edit profile and I'm going to make sure that the address, the name, the last four of the social, the date of birth, all that good stuff is matching. And what I'm going to do is just use the information that was supplied to me by the client via the ID, the social security card, and the proof of residency, which can be any sort of utility bill. All right. All right, so we're going to put in the last four digits of the social. We're going to put in the birthday. We're going to put in the address. And always make sure that you are provided with the proof of address so you can verify the address matches exactly how the driver's license does, because in this case, the mailing address on the driver's license is slightly different than the proof of residency that we got. So what we want to do is just put in there the exact location. So if there's an apartment number or if there's a lot number, we want to go ahead and put that in. We could just put suite number. Make sure that the name is spelled correctly. The first and last name is spelled correctly. Go through everything. Make sure that it is, all correctly spelled, the correct information is populating. The first name, you don't need to put a middle name, you just put first name, last name, email address, last four social, the date of birth, mailing address, city, state, zip, country will automatically populate. Phone number, you do not need to put in a previous address, okay? We only want one address listed, so you do not need to put in a previous address. Client status, you want to make sure that you have the correct client status selected. So we actually have different client statuses, custom client statuses that we did under the My Company tab. And I'm not going to cover that in today's video, but if that's something that you want help with setting up, you can always schedule a coaching call with me. We can set up your Credit Repair Cloud similar so you can keep better track of your clients via status. So this is going to be a client status B because they signed up with us the 11th through the 20th of the month, and we know by the 20th of every single month that their credit reports are going to be due for an update and their payment is going to be due. So they're going to be on a cycle, which in our case would be Group B, Client Group B. Okay, we put the start date in, so we can put in today's date. Make sure that this client is assigned to everyone on your team. If they were referred by anyone, if you have any affiliates, real estate agents, loan officers, anyone that you're partnered with, make sure that they are listed under here. Now, the person that referred us is actually not listed in as an affiliate, so we're not going to list anything. We're just going to leave it off. You want to have portal access on for the client, okay? If they have English or Spanish, you want to go ahead and just select that. And this is going to be the email address that their login details are going to be sent to. You can always resend the login details. If for some reason they're like, hey, I didn't get the login details, you can tell them, hey, check the spam, or let me go ahead and resend those to you. Now, if you needed to reset the agreement, you can click on this and you can redo the agreement, but that's going to reset everything, okay? Now, a lot of people nowadays, they won't have access to the charge fee or the payment processing inside Credit Repair Cloud because it's no longer available. So in a lot of people's cases, they will use Billsby or maybe another processor that's outside of Credit Repair Cloud. All right, so once we have everything correct and we said, okay, we know everything is in there, it's correct, we're going to go ahead and hit that submit button at the very bottom. And that's going to submit all the information into this client's portal. And you can see you get that green check mark that the client's info was updated successfully. So we're going to go ahead and hit the back button. So now we have the client's info in there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to upload the client's photo ID, proof of address, and social security card. We want to encourage clients to upload their photo ID and everything on their end through the secure portal and they can log in on their mobile phone and literally just take a picture of that stuff. However, if the client's able to, or they just want your help, you can upload it from your end as well. And sometimes I find it more beneficial for us to make sure that it's done correctly to upload it on our end. So even when clients do upload it on their end, I double check everything. And a lot of times we'll need to reorganize things so we can save on paper, because when you're using CloudMail, you only have the opportunity to have the photo ID copy and the proof of address area attached to the letters. So if you have a social security card uploaded into the third category, it's not going to attach to the letters that you're sending in CloudMail. So you want to make sure that you put the photo ID and the social security card on one page and upload those together under the photo ID copy. What that's going to do is going to save you a whole sheet of paper, and it's going to combine the photo ID and the social in one. So let's go ahead and do that. I'll show you guys how I do it. I use Microsoft Word, and Microsoft Word is a great tool to be able to leverage in addition to Credit Repair Cloud to help you just kind of run your business smoothly. Microsoft Office is what I use, and you can get that through GoDaddy. Honestly, I got it with my email for like $8.99 a month, $8.99 a month, where I get Microsoft Word, Excel, all the apps. So I use a screenshot app that is free. It's a Mac app, and I'm going to go ahead and open that up. It's called XSnip, and you can pay for it. It's just not necessary that you pay for it because it is a free app, but you can take any screenshot app and just take a screenshot of the driver's license and the social security card on one page. So that way you can use this one pager as your proof. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and download it, and I'm just going to put G something and then proof. Okay. And then what we're going to do is take a screenshot of their utility bill that they sent us as well. So that way we can point out that this is the correct address. And then what I'm going to do is just, there we go, outline that. And then I'm going to put, okay. So I've downloaded those. As soon as I upload them, I'm going to go ahead and delete them from my computer, because you don't want to keep people's personal info on your computer. We're going to go ahead and go back into the Credit Repair Cloud app. We're going to upload the photo ID. And again, this photo ID is now the photo ID and the social security card in one. So it saves us a page. It's more efficient. Okay. We're also going to add up the utility bill. Okay. Find the utility bill, add that. Boom. Now the photo ID, the social, and the utility bill are all uploaded, and they will attach to every letter that is generated inside of Credit Repair Cloud, and they will automatically attach inside of CloudMail as well. So you can always attach more documents inside CloudMail, but it is, a whole nother process. So you want to be just more efficient overall, because this is, a multi-month process. It can take time, so on and so forth. So the next thing that we want to do is we got the ID, we got the proof of address. We want to go ahead and import their credit monitoring. Okay. And in this case, we are using Smart Credit. So if you have not signed up to become a free affiliate with Smart Credit, go ahead and use the link below so you can sign up to become a free affiliate with Smart Credit who is compatible with Credit Repair Cloud. If you're not quite ready to sign up to be an affiliate with Smart Credit, you can use our affiliate link with Smart Credit to get your clients' credit reports, and that helps support our channel as well. If you want to get your own credit reports with Smart Credit, you can use our link below to get your credit reports and use the same process for yourself. So, two things. When we're in the dashboard, there's two ways that we can get to tab 1. You can click on tab 1, which is very simple, or you can click on this import and audit button right here. Both take you to tab 1. So let's go ahead and over to tab 1, where we're going to go ahead and import the credit report. All that you want to do is just hit import credit report. Don't worry about this down here, because right now it's just going to be too complicated for you to edit. So you want to just hit import credit report. We're going to select the credit provider. In this case, we're going to select Smart Credit. Shout out to Smart Credit. And we are going to go ahead and grab the client's information here. So I'm going to duplicate the current tab. I'm going to go grab the client's email address. And one of the great things about Smart Credit is, for example, if you got co-branded with them, you can actually sponsor your clients so that way they don't have to pay for their credit monitoring and your account will get charged for it. So it's a great way to be able to offer additional value to clients, especially for clients that maybe are paying you but not paying for credit monitoring. And, it's just a great way to earn additional income inside your credit repair business. Because of course, for every client that you sign up for credit repair or credit monitoring, you'll get a kickback from that. And Smart Credit actually pays the highest out of all of the affiliates. So we're going to go ahead and import and run the simple audit. What this is doing is just connecting to Smart Credit, grabbing the information from the client's credit report and importing all of that data on over to us. While we're waiting for that, what we want to do is go ahead and log into the client's credit reports. So that way we can work side by side and understand what we're doing here, because you always want to work side by side, Credit Repair Cloud and the credit monitoring. So that way you can see, okay, this is what the report says. This is what the software says. So you'll notice that we got an error, and I always switch to classic view because it's going to provide an easier report to view. So when you're inside of Smart Credit, what you want to do is go to the reports, the drop-down menu where you see 3B reports and scores. And you'll see that Equifax can't be calculated. And this is a very common error that you will see with some people. It might be because their Equifax is locked. It might be because it's frozen. Whatever the case is, we need to contact Equifax, and you can actually fax Equifax a request to have it unlocked, unfrozen, whatever the case is. A lot of times if someone has recently moved and the address is off, then Equifax is not going to populate your credit report because they can't verify who you are. So you need to send them a letter saying, hey, I am this person. This is my name. This is my address. Here's the proof. Here's the utility bill. Here's my driver's license. Here's my social security card. Please unlock my file because I have credit monitoring and I'm not able to see my credit reports. Simple as that. Okay. It doesn't need to be anything elaborate. It just needs to be straight to the point. Okay. And that's what we're going to need to do for this client is we're going to need to send a request to Equifax letting them know, hey, I cannot get my credit reports. So we're going to work on the stuff that we can for now, and we're going to send Equifax a request, and I'll show you guys exactly how to do that. Now, if you wanted to switch to classic view, you can. That's a much better way to view the credit report, and that's going to just kind of give you the breakdown of everything for this particular client. So back into Credit Repair Cloud, we've imported it. This has generated an audit for the client. It's just a simple audit here, and it's going to outline some of the most important things for the client, the credit scores, credit card utilization, the derogatory items, and the inquiries. So we can email this to the client. We're just going to click Email Audit to Client, and you can email this audit to the client before you've even collected a payment for the client. You don't need to wait till they're a client. In most cases, what I do with clients is I'll just get onto their credit monitoring that they do have initially and kind of let them know what's going on so they have an idea of what's going on before they even sign up with me. And then I can also send them this, but typically I will send this to someone who already has credit monitoring. And the only credit monitoring companies that are compatible with Credit Repair Cloud are Smart Credit, Identity IQ, Credit Hero, My Score IQ, My Free Score Now, and I believe Privacy Guard. So you can go to the My Company tab and look at all of the vendors for credit monitoring that are actually compatible with Credit Repair Cloud. But honestly, I just recommend Smart Credit. So let's go ahead and continue to the next step. And this is going to take us over to tab 2, where we're going to go ahead and we're going to tag the client's report, and we're going to then generate the letters. So let's get to it. Now, guys, if you haven't by now, make sure that you have subscribed to the channel. You have liked the video, smash that thumbs up button, leave me a comment, let me know what you found most useful, because I'm telling you guys, this information is literally what the credit repair people are doing and charging you for. This is the same process. So even if you wanted to repair your own credit, you can use this same process to repair your credit, your family's credit, everyone around you, so on and so forth. So I'm just saying it's a great tool to be able to, have in your arsenal of, tools that you can offer, services that you can offer, things that you can help with. Becoming a credit hero is something that you can literally change lives with. So it's powerful. Credit is very, very powerful. So let's go ahead and tag the report. We can see that there is a pending report right here. Whenever you see that you have a pending report, you can click right here to view it, and you can go through and tag the pending report that is waiting for you to generate the letters from. So this is all the information directly from Smart Credit. And of course, we didn't get the information from Equifax, so we'll deal with that in just a minute. So we're going to go through and we're just going to go and remove all of the unknown information or wrong information, inaccurate information, because we only want one name and really one address. That's our goal, one name and one address. And clients sometimes say, look, I have all these other addresses. I don't know where they came from. Just select those to dispute them, because we want to make sure that the client has one name and one address. And we want to make sure that their one name and their one address is actually spelled correctly. So let's go ahead and just go through the personal information, select everything that's inaccurate, misspelled, or just simply not correct. And we're going to select those to dispute. Next is the credit summary. Don't pay too much attention to that. The next thing that we want to do is dispute any credit inquiries that are not tied to an open account. Now, this client probably has quite a few that were ran at like a dealership. And if the client was not approved and the client did not give authorization to the dealership to pull their credit multiple times, those inquiries would be considered invalid. You can say that there's no permissible purpose or other reason, and just simply say, please delete immediately and confirm in writing. It's as simple as that. You don't want to overthink it too much. And, Experian is pretty good about removing inquiries. But again, I would not remove or dispute any inquiries that are tied to an open account. So if you have a relationship with a bank and you have an inquiry from them, don't dispute it, because it's probably valid. And we're going to go ahead. We're not going to dispute anything from an open account. So we want to make sure we do a quick skim of their profile and make sure that there's no inquiries that are attached to open accounts. Okay, so this first account, there's nothing wrong with that. If you wanted to look at it, you would just hit more details, but anything that does not show up in red is perfectly fine. The accounts that show up in red, those are the problem accounts. So Capital One is the first one that's coming up. Now, this is tricky because you look at the account rating and it says open. The thing that's making it negative are the late payment statuses. So this is obviously, a huge problem. What I do is I just select the status in there and I add a new reason and I save it in there, and I just put is an error, is going to put wrong, and a complete error. And I'm going to put late payment status of was 30 days late 3 times and was 60 days late 2 times. And I'll put that in parentheses. Is wrong, I'm going to put invalid, and a complete error. Okay. That's the reason why I'm disputing it. Okay. And then I'm going to put, please remove late payment status and update to paid as agreed. I'm going to put remove late payment status under the CARES Act due to the COVID-19 forbearance program regulations. It states no late payments are to be reported. I'm going to use that because these late payments during COVID, and of course you can't see the late payments inside Credit Repair Cloud. That's why it's important for you to look at the credit reports, and all of these were during COVID. So we're definitely going to be using that to our advantage and see if we can make a difference. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Okay, so I do see that one of these inquiries that I thought was not attached is, so we do not want to dispute that. All right, that's a good account, positive. Another one is, let's see, this is not it. This was just an authorized user account. So anything, again, that's not showing up in red, you don't necessarily need to worry about that. Just pay attention to the credit utilization. If their credit utilization is too high, they need to pay down the cards. It's no good to keep a high balance on low limit cards. So if the client has a $300 credit card, it's better for them just to not use it at all, because it's such a low limit that it's going to hurt them every time they even buy gas or a little bit of groceries or fast food, because their utilization is going to be sky high. You want to keep your credit card utilization below 10%, preferably between 2 and 6%. However, it's very hard to do that with a very low limit credit card. So pay attention to the credit limit versus the balance. So here's another red card, and this is showing as derogatory. Okay, it's closed. So what we're going to do is we're going to dispute this. And this client was actually in the service, and their identity was used while they were overseas. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be providing the credit bureaus with the information that they have. And what I'm going to do is just put, you could put anything from, you know, whatever the case is, right? If the client was a victim of identity theft, put that. If they are not, and it is their debt, you can challenge the debt. You'd have to factually challenge the debt. In this case, the client was overseas, and they can see that on the credit report as well, because it does say that they're a veteran. It says that, you know, they work for the VA income, or their work is VA income. So they can see that they are a veteran, which, you know, hopefully they will not give veterans too hard of a time, because this is something that happens a lot. And normally, you know, it's people that are closest to you that take your information and go do things that are not approved by you, family, friends, loved ones, fortunately. But we don't know who did it. So we're just going to say, look, I was a victim. Unfortunately, it happened, and so on and so forth. So here's another one where the client did not recognize this. So I'm going to go ahead and just put identity theft. I'm a victim. Please delete. Okay. Here's another one that is a car. Okay. Here is another one, another account. And when someone has been a victim of identity theft, they are going to need to supply additional supporting documentation. So whatever they have to further support their claim, whether that is, you know, proof that they filed a police report, you know, they're going to need some sort of documentation. They can fill out a affidavit, identity theft affidavit. Those can be found online. If you just search identity theft affidavit, you can find one of those. Get it notarized, get it signed by a police officer or some sort of officer of the law, and in addition to getting it notarized. And, you know, you can also file a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, identitytheft.gov, where you can let them know, hey, I have been a victim of fraud. I have been a victim of identity theft. And unfortunately, it is very common, especially when someone has been overseas and they have been in the military service. It is very common. So what we're going to do is just put the same thing here. We're going to put identity theft. I'm trying to just find it here. I have so many different custom reasons and instructions that are in here, and you can add any that you see fit, and you can save them in for next time. Let's see here. Okay. And then I'm just going to put here. Okay. So we're going to save our work and continue to the wizard. Now what we're going to do is start generating all of our letters inside of Credit Repair Cloud. So you want to have your own custom letters in your letter library in your Credit Repair Cloud because it's going to make for a much smoother process. And when I start doing my letters, I always start with round 2 so I can have access to all my custom letters. And I'm going to start with the credit bureaus first, and I'm going to go ahead and select some of the items that we need to dispute. I'm going to start with the personal information, and I'm also going to add the inquiries. I'm going to go ahead and add that to one letter. And I'm going to go ahead and do a credit bureau letter and select from my custom letter library. You can see all of our letters are in A1. And what I'm going to do is just do a credit inquiry removal request, generate the letter, and there you go. So we're going to reformat the letters, take out the account number for any personal information, put everything on one line because you don't want it to make it seem like it's coming from Credit Repair Cloud, because sometimes the credit bureaus will say, we don't believe this was from you. They'll do a stall tactic, which is frustrating. And you don't want that to happen. You don't want to have them mark your letters as frivolous or anything like that. So I always try to reformat everything that I can to make it look like it's coming directly from a person and not a software. And also, you definitely want to be different than any other letter that's on Credit Repair Cloud. Formatted different, worded different. Just think about it. There's thousands and thousands of people using this software. So you want to be different. Okay. How are you going to be different? All right. Custom letters, custom formatting, be different. Might take a little bit more time, but it's worth it. Head over to the next one. And we're going to go ahead and just take out the account numbers for the personal information, get all the inquiries that were not authorized, disputed, and we're going to go ahead and hit save for later. This is round 1, so we're going to change it, and we're just going to put personal info and INQ for inquiries, okay? I'll just say this as INQ for inquiry. We're going to hit our back button, and I'm going to clear out everything except for personal information from Equifax because I'm going to do a letter just for Equifax because it's frozen. So I'm just going to put frozen. I'm going to uncheck these items again because it looks like they added them back in. I only want to send a letter to Equifax, and it's going to be based on the credit report being frozen. So I have a letter that I use for Equifax, and it's basically to unlock the credit report, and we can fax that over to them. Okay, generate the letter. Oops, that's not the right letter. Let me go back. Okay, this one is it. Please unlock, unfreeze my personal info. And this letter is like a multi-purpose to take the fraud alert off, but we're just going to put, please unlock. All right, so we just went on to say, hey, I want my account unlocked, and we're just going to put regarding unlock my credit file. Okay, easy as that. So I'm going to go ahead and save and continue to print. We're going to fax it off. This is going to be personal info. And what I'm going to do is just select the Equifax, hit next. I only want to select the letter that I need at this time. I'm going to hit next. And I'm going to print locally because we're going to fax it. I'm going to download as a PDF. It's going to open up in another screen where you're going to go ahead and hit this little download button at the top right-hand corner of your screen that says download. This is going to download a copy of this file onto your computer so you can upload it and fax it to the credit bureaus, okay? So we're just going to put Equifax, and you can see page 3 is blank. So what we could do is just, open it up in a PDF viewer and exit that page out. But since we're faxing it, it's not the end of the world. But, if you wanted to go into a PDF viewer, you could open it up and do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in. I use humblefax.com. It's a fairly cheap way. It's only $10 a month, unlimited faxing, and you can go ahead and fax right to the credit bureau. So we're just going to go ahead and log into humblefax.com, and we're going to compose a new fax. And we've got the Equifax. We're going to drop the file here, and Equifax wants you to write them a cover sheet, okay? They want you to give them a brief idea of what this is about. So we're just going to put unlock my credit report, okay? And then we can put the customer's information. We can just copy that. And we're going to send the fax. And there it is. Their fax is being sent. We'll just hit OK. And it's going to let us know when it has been successful. And now we at least know that is underway and that's done. So I like to do those things because obviously, like, we don't want to forget, and we can't really do much with Equifax until they unlock the credit file. So now we're going to go back and we're going to dispute the remaining accounts that we have. You'll notice that this took us to letters and statuses. We're just going to go back to tab 3 where we're going to generate the letters. And we're going to get round 2 or higher. Save. Now everything that's already in orange, we've already disputed that. So it's already under dispute. We don't need to worry about that anymore. We're going to add the identity theft information to a letter. Save and continue. Credit bureau letter. And I actually have an identity theft letter. We're just going to adjust the account information. And we're going to put here, I am a veteran. Something very simple. I'm a veteran. I was a victim of identity theft. While overseas serving my country, I have sent you proof to remove the following accounts from my credit report. All right, and we're just going to list out those items here. Head over to TransUnion. We're going to copy that same verbiage. And again, just reformatting the letter, make it so it's different. It's not coming from Credit Repair Cloud. It's not cookie cutter. Okay, we're going to go ahead and save for later. We're going to go to round 1 since this is our round 1. And we're going to hit ID. Okay. And we're going to save. Now the client has supplied us with some additional documentation. So we're actually going to print these and mail these off for the client because it's a little bit cheaper when you have so much additional documentation versus cloud mail. But typically, if you didn't have a lot of documentation, you can definitely use cloud mail. It just gets a little bit more expensive when you have so much proof documents that you have to send. So what we're going to do is going to hit the back button. And instead of going to the credit bureaus, we're going to send it to the creditors reporting this information. And you can get the information for the creditors right on the creditors, right on your credit report. So we want to log back into our credit monitoring, and let me go ahead and log back in, and we'll grab all the addresses from the credit report. So again, go to reports, 3B reports and scores, switch to classic view, scroll down to the very bottom, and that's where all of the creditors are going to be listed on your credit report. By law, every creditor must be listed on your credit report. So I just like to verify the addresses. So I have a Target, and I'm just going to grab the address that's actually listed to make sure. I believe this is actually correct. Nope, that's a little bit different. So I'm going to use the address that's on here. Copy and paste is going to be your best friend. Copy and pasting from your credit report, so that way you can be more efficient. You don't want to waste too much time on this. All right, let's grab the next address. I'm going to have to find this person for this one. I don't see that listed. Again, copy and paste, copy and paste. You want to make sure that you avoid any errors. You copy and paste the exact information just as you see it on the credit report. Hit save. Okay, we're going to get this next one. Okay, that one's actually correct. And then next one. All right, save. Sometimes you might get an error message, just say ignore, I'm certain. And then the last one is this collection account. Sometimes you might have a hard time finding the name because they are going to be under like other names. Here it is. Sometimes what's listed on your credit report might be like a brief like acronym or something. So just want to be careful. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and save this. Now we're ready to generate the creditor letters and just let them know, hey, I have been a victim. What do I need to, send you in order to fix this? Okay, we're going to save. Round one, we're just going to put creditors. We're going to go ahead and hit the back button, and we're going to clear out all of those. I don't dispute inquiries with the creditors right away because a lot of times it's just not necessary. It's just a whole lot of extra letters that you're going to have to send. But I do send letters to both creditors and credit bureaus for any sort of account that has an account number. Inquiries only have a date, okay? And a lot of times, inquiries have such a low value. They're important, but you're not going to get a tremendous amount of points back from getting some inquiries removed. Now, the last thing that we have here is just the late payment. So what we're going to do is just send a late payment request, and we're just going to verify that this account address is correct. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that'll get there. Okay, so that's good. We're going to do, let's do a creditor letter first since we're already set up for that. We're going to ask for a goodwill adjustment for the CARES Act. Save. Round one. We're going to put goodwill. And this is going to be a goodwill adjustment. Hit our back button. And now it's going to go to the credit bureau. Okay. So you can toggle back and forth. We're going to select credit bureau letters, and then we're going to select late payment for the CARES Act letter. All right, save. Oops. We want to select that for both bureaus. Save. Round one. Late pay. Okay, so now we've done everything. We're going to hit the back button. We'll clear out what we did work on already. If you go into saved and pending items, you'll notice everything now is under dispute. So we have now disputed everything for this client. Any sort of additional documentation that the client sends you, you want to upload that under the internal notes. So that way you can keep record of whatever they're sending you all in one place. Now, if you're not using Credit Repair Cloud, keep record all in one place using like Google Drive or some sort of folder online where you can access it no matter where you are at. And of course, it must be secure. Now, Credit Repair Cloud is a secure site, so that's what makes it, extremely secure for your clients, and keeping their personal information in here is because it's secure. So whatever your client sends you, whatever interactions you have with your client, put the internal notes into Credit Repair Cloud. Just go over to the internal notes tab here. You can add in attachments. You can add in notes from conversations that you've had with the client, so on and so forth. If they have additional monitoring services like My FICO, Credit Karma that you use to help with the credit repair process, you want to go ahead and put their login credentials under the internal notes. Anything that's going to help you, put it under the internal notes. So again, guys, my name is Credit Coach Nicole Scott. Make sure that you have subscribed to the channel and you give me a thumbs up for this video. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you found most valuable about the video. And again, guys, this was round one client disputing with Credit Repair Cloud. Use the same concept. You're not using Credit Repair Cloud, but if you want to sign up to get a free 30-day trial of Credit Repair Cloud, use our link below and you can sign up to become a user for 30 days for free. You won't have access to the letter library. However, you will still be able to go through the process. We sell our letter library on our website for $99, or you can just make up your own letters. You know, you don't have to use the letters that are inside of Credit Repair Cloud. You do need to format them so they automatically generate. And if you want coaching, sign up for a coaching session because I can help you import your letters into your letter library. So it's a very fast process. I mean, if I didn't do this video, I would have been able to process this client's file in like 30 minutes, maybe an hour. And so that's pretty quick. And then, of course, we got to print everything out and mail it out. So we have a department that does that as well. So, you know, you just want to save time. You want to be more efficient. You want to make sure you have as much automation set up as possible. The letters in the letter library are going to help with the automation process. So again, my name's Credit Coach Nicole Scott. Make sure that you watch the entire Credit Repair Cloud playlist. Watch it, listen to it while you're driving. Don't watch it, but listen to it while you're driving. Listen to it while you're working. Get familiarized with everything, because I'm telling you, the more you hear this stuff, the more it's going to make sense. And you're going to start saying, aha, I get it. Oh my God, this is so easy. So again, guys, make sure to watch that playlist coming up next. But if you close your eyes